As a cucumber farmer, so far I've experienced all dimensions of challenges, starting with crop diseases, pests, and what have you. Like now, currently where I'm standing, as you can see, now this crop has now dried off. And the reason as to why we are experiencing this, as you can see, maybe we get another one here. As you can see, this plant was infested by nematodes. You see the things here, the round things here. These are nematodes. Nematode is a parasite that invades the roots of a plant. And when they invade, the root swells, as you can see. Now, this one prevents uptake of water, uptake of nutrients. So at the end of the day, the plant will get starved and it has no choice other than to dry up. So this is one of the challenges. We have different pests that attack cucumber plant. Cucumber plant, we have around 3 or 4 major pests. Like we have white flies. White fly is a small white insect. I don't know if we have it here. Uh, it's hard maybe for now. For the pest we had tried to control, other than now the challenge we got from the nematodes. So we have white flies. We also have another stubborn pest called drip. What those things do, they will suck the water. What white fly? The drips. Most of them, or you'll find them under the leaf. I'll show you a bigger leaf. Maybe this one is highly infested. The leaves have really dried up. But you find that a cucumber leaf is usually usually wide and very dark in color. So you'll find that pest will infest the under part of the leaf and it is going to suck the water. So eventually, now the leaf or the damage will now manifest on top of the leaf, whereby you'll get now the leaf starts drying. You will find some dry spots on top of the. It will start by yellowing. You now you wonder what's happening. In fact, sometimes back we used to think that it is a disease, a fungal disease, only to realize that the damage is coming from below the leaf, whereby that after that drip sucks out that water, it leaves the leaf dry, and then at the end of the day, the whole leaf will dry up. And as you can see, okay, food production is made from the leaves. So if the leaves dry up, that plant will have no life. So the other pest that maybe you can find, but for us it has not been a challenge. They are aphids, but they've not been that big challenge to us, aphids, but sometimes they can also infest. And we also have the red spider mite, which is still another stubborn pest. Red spider mite, I don't have an example here. All those things, all those pests, they've been a challenge to us one or the other time. So, but also there is a way you control them. Out of experience, we've learned ways to control them. Because we don't like using a lot of pesticides, as okay, it is maybe, I don't know, maybe about others, but for us, we don't like using a lot of pesticides. So we really try to use something called IPM, which is integrated pest management, whereby we use traps. We try and use those traps. We have, like, for now, for this part, we've removed them. So we have diseases, we have pests. Like now we have also another disease called powdery mildew and downy mildew. Those diseases are also another challenge that affect the cucumber plant. So you find that maybe most of them, for those fungal diseases, they are brought about maybe by poor aeration of the greenhouse. Maybe you find that the greenhouse is so much crowded or the humidity is very high. So you end up getting powdery mildew or downy mildew. So to protect that or to prevent that, you have to have your greenhouse well aerated and avoid crowding. So we also have another challenge, like for us, we've experienced severally. Uh, as you can see, the greenhouse is made of a paper. The roof is paper. So when wind gets in, it becomes very hard for it to come out. So whatever the wind does, and you know the strength of when the winds are strong. So when it's trying to get out, now it will blow off the roof. So severally we've experienced that. You find that even you can maybe you by look you look there, you can see those are some repairs that we did because for about 3 times this roof has been blown off, and you find that you need to repair it. Sometimes even it breaks the ions that you can see here, and it becomes very hectic for you. So what you do, you maybe you introduce we introduced a windbreaker. Maybe we can go there later and I'll show you. So from that side, we identified the side from which the wind gets into the greenhouse, and from there now we placed barriers for the from that side. Like for our case, we are using banana plantation. So when the wind comes and it gets that banana plantation, now it reduces the speed or the strength. So even if it gets inside here, it won't have that great impact. Okay, per harvest, okay, it depends with the variety we've placed at that moment. Like the one now here, this was Midas cucumber. It is from Green Tech Holland, which is a very good plant. Maybe I can recommend or something like that. So it has high yield, unlike others that we've tried earlier. So for this one, the yield was a bit high because if you can see now, I told you this is a 8 by 30 greenhouse, which comfortably takes 1,000 seeds. So with that 1,000 seeds, when the crop is at its peak time, we usually get around 450 to 500 kgs per week. Because us, we usually do harvesting once. We usually harvest once per week. So in that 1 week, that per harvest, we get for around 450 to 500. But there's a time when you can get now, when you have challenges, maybe the plant is not producing well, it can go as low as even 100 kgs, even as low as 50 kgs. So it depends on how you rear your plant. So you can get 500 kgs per week. And then maybe roughly with that, we even don't go to the higher side of the maybe the prices. Maybe when the prices are just normal, you take them to the market at a price of 50 shillings per kg. Yes, I don't do it alone, which I would encourage other people to do. As you can see, I do with my friend here, who happens to be my hubby and a good friend of mine, and we are in this together. As you can see, even the planting, we were doing it together. Most of the time, we do it on our own. Yes, we have other things that we do, but we like doing those specific things, the most delicate part of it on our own, like the planting, because sometimes you can trust people and then they mess you up, which they have done before. So I would encourage people to do business together, farming together. As you can see, for us, this is not our side hustle yet. So, but initially, maybe in future, we can make it our main hustle. We have other things we do. But I would encourage people to do farming, especially the young people. Please venture into farming. Wanasema hakuna kazi hapa nje. Kazi iko hapa. You just need, and it's not a must you start with a very big greenhouse like this one. You can start with a small one that is made of wood. Just look for a small piece of land. You can even, in fact, there are them that are leasing the years. You find that someone had constructed such a greenhouse and he or she is no longer using it. So you can just go and talk to that person. You lease that structure, and from there you start. So I would encourage people to do this, because this work or this job or farming doesn't hinder us from going to our other businesses, doesn't hinder us from going to our other jobs. For example, like for me, there is a school that I own. I am a director of a school, and I usually go there. So before I go to that school, every morning we get here, we do some scouting. And for my husband here, okay, he's in photography and videography and other businesses. But before we go out, we first of all get here, we do our scouting, and we make sure that whatever it needs to be done here will be done on that day. So this is a very convenient way of working, and it is I can say it is a rewarding so far, because we started with 2 and now we added the other one. So if it was not rewarding, then we couldn't have added another one. So I would encourage people, I would encourage young people, I would encourage young couples maybe to work together, because working together, we've seen the fruits of working together. So please try this.